What up, what up, what up, sports fiends? What's the motherfucking deal? Mike D, straight out of Poverty Radio. We're gonna do another video. They uh they're talking about changing the NBA logo, and a lot of people are pushing for our brother Kobe Bryant to get this honor. They're gonna talk about it. Let's see what's up.
The iconic silhouette of Jerry West has been the NBA's logo for over 5 decades. But Jerry West has said recently he would have no issue with ceding the logo to someone else. Kyrie Irving posted a picture on Instagram yesterday suggesting the logo be updated to honor the late
That goddamn Kyrie. Kyrie is a real nigga. Anybody out there, follow Kyrie on IG. Kyrie a real nigga.
Kobe Bryant, writing, quote, "Gotta happen. I don't care what anyone says." Vanessa Bryant also posted the potential logo on her IG story and said she loved the idea.
Vanessa Bryant, I bet you she do love the idea, because she probably get a check for the NBA using Kobe's likeness. That bitch greedy.
Sorry, do you like this idea?
I do like it. You know, when Kobe died, I remember saying I thought they should retire his number 8 and 24 across the league. Obviously, that didn't happen either.
That's a bit much, Chris. But yeah, Kobe was very impactful on the NBA. To me, he was the closest thing I ever saw to Michael Jordan as far as how his game was. He played exactly like Michael Jordan. Nobody can deny that.
I think this is a great idea. People have talked about updating the logo for a while now. And if you made it any other player, if you made it Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, people are going to say, well, why not Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson? If you make it Magic, why not Bird, Dr. J? Why not, some other player, Shaq or Tim Duncan? Even if after LeBron or Steph retire, there would always be a debate, well, why not this guy? It doesn't have to be the best player ever to play the game. Kobe Bryant, though, that discussion, that debate wouldn't exist if you made it Kobe Bryant because of the tragic way in which he died. No other superstar.
Let me say something real quick about the tragic death of Kobe Bryant. I'm going to put on my 10-4 Kango right now. Kobe Bryant was killed for nefarious reasons. It was a murder. It was assassination, in my opinion. But Kobe was onto something real big that maybe with the pharmaceutical company, maybe he was finna go in competition with Nike and start his own shoe brand. He had connections in China. So maybe nobody has a factory. Not even Michael Jordan has factories. He owns the Jordan brand. You don't own no goddamn factories where they producing shit at. So we'll see. He's an investor and a brand name. But they don't allow niggas to own factories. So maybe Kobe was killed because of that. But they always name shit after you when they kill you. See, these corporations, they all work together. NBA is no different than Las Vegas. Las Vegas is no different than Nabisco. And Nabisco is no different than Tyson. And Tyson is no different. It's all the same motherfuckers.
Star in the league's history has died that tragically. And obviously, Kobe was also the level of player where he could be the logo. So I actually like it a lot. I think it'd be great. So I do think this is something that the league should consider.
Kyrie Irving, for me, is one of the great spitballers of all time. We've all had that friend who, when we're sitting around, they always come up with an idea that everybody goes, that's interesting. And then you dig into it a little bit and you go, that's really not an idea.
Nah, from what we understand, Kyrie was the one with the idea to go to Brooklyn. Sound like a good motherfucking idea now. Shit, Kyrie is conscious. He has knowledge of self. So a lot of people are going to be put off by conscious people, especially black men with knowledge of self, because it comes off as anti-white when it really is just pro-black. It's pride in your own. White people like white pride and white power. I don't have a problem with that. So Kyrie's consciousness and level of self-knowledge is enlightenment it's threatening to the media and people because they want you to capitulate, conform, and go with the flow. Kyrie is a good dude, great guy, man, and ain't nothing wrong with Kyrie.
That works. And I would put this in that category for the reasons, Chris, you kind of touched on it. There are so many greats in the game. To be able to pinpoint one and say he's going to be the next logo. Jerry West was never officially named the logo. It's not something that was given as an achievement or a recognition. People just took it into assumed that it was his silhouette because it looked like his silhouette. The second part of what you brought up is why I wouldn't want to do it as much as I think that we should commemorate Kobe in any way possible, is that it was tragic and it is sad. And that logo would always bring back to me how we lost him. And I don't know that is what I want or would want as the logo of the entire NBA. So, look, this is a great time. If they're going to change the logo, this is a great time to do it because they're changing the manufacturer from Spalding to Wilson next year. And
That's interesting. Changing their ball manufacturer from Spalding to Wilson. Why would the NBA do that after all these years? Wilson was the name of Tom Hanks' ball best friend in the movie Castaway. In the movie Castaway, Tom Hanks' best friend was I think it was a volleyball or some kind of rock, a ball, and it was named Wilson. It was his only friend, and it's just interesting that the NBA is going to Wilson. I mean, that just popped in my head right there. Wilson. So the NBA going to Wilson, huh? How about y'all go look up magnets in the ball, NBA rigged.
I do believe that the logo should be updated. I do believe that it having the silhouette that more reflects the athletes that are in the league today, largely black, rather than having it look like the silhouette, let's face it, of a white dude, would be an appropriate step. But to make it the silhouette of a specific player or Kobe in particular and acknowledge and identify it as that, I just don't believe that serves the best interest.
That would be a dope logo for 2000 and beyond, though. I mean, it's similar to the other silhouette, but it's just more modern, the dribble. So, I mean, I think that's a good logo, actually. Actually, that's a good logo. I'm from Florida. I'm not a Kobe Bryant dick rider. You know, I started liking Kobe later in his career. The second phase of Kobe's career is when I started liking Kobe, around the Pau Gasol days, maybe around there. He matured, and I think I started to like Kobe then. I wasn't on a Kobe and Shaq bandwagon.
Of the NBA.
I think from a sentimental value, you could make the case for a lot of players. And it doesn't just, start and stop with Kobe. But when you look at how much goes into building a brand, people don't understand how much time, how much resource, financially, marketing, all the different aspects that go into making sure that you can build a sustainable, recognizable, global brand. It's not that represents a white man in the NBA logo currently. It represents the white in our flag color. It's red, white, and blue. I think it should stay the same. And the reason why I think it should stay the same.
Well, it could represent a white man. You don't know what these corporations, these corporations have ulterior motives, and they are always practicing occult rituals. So secret, occult is hidden. They always practicing hidden things. So maybe Rick knows something you don't. LeVar, with the shit on top of your head.
Is because when you're talking about all the greats that have played under that logo, there's a connection. There are a few things that connect you. As a former player, the shield connects me to Mean Joe Green. It connects me to the Lawrence Taylors, the guys that I grew up watching. And so to me, the nostalgia, the history that's connected to all of the experiences that have been under that brand, under that logo, I don't think that you go away from that, and I don't think that you go in a different direction and say, oh, well, it's time for a revamp. It's time for it to be new. This isn't like what happened in Washington. It's not a derogatory logo. There's not something, that would call to mind something that's very disrespectful. Even though you said, there's more black athletes now than when that took place. But I just believe it should stay the same. And if
There's nothing wrong with leaving it the same, but you gotta admit, the way Kobe is standing, if you silhouette his motion, it is a more modern logo than the Jerry West one. I would like to see that. Maybe I need to look that up. The silhouette of that, not just the picture of Kobe, but made into a silhouette.
you want to start somewhere, start with the conferences. Start with Western and Eastern conferences. Redo those first. Let's crawl before we walk.
Yeah. NBA's going through a lot of stuff. I think Rick hit on something that's probably needs a lot more time to expand on, but the messenger here, Kyrie Irving, remember this is the guy who tried to scuttle the bubble a few months back. But I'm kind of with Chris. I don't hate the idea of the new logo. Coming up next is my...
Yeah, I don't hate the idea of a new logo. Kobe was a great player. He died tragically. They killed him. So I wouldn't be surprised if the NBA is the one putting this out to start the fervor for this. Because these people will kill you and name airports and stuff. You got JFK Airport. These people will kill you. They'll MLK streets. These people will kill you and name stuff after you. They'll put statues and shit up. So a lot of times it's ritualistic. So y'all look into that, the ritualistic murder of Kobe Bryant. Do your Googles. But yeah, is Kobe Bryant the logo? Do y'all agree or disagree? I mean, I don't give a flying fuck either way, but I think, hey, he could be the logo. He could stay the same. And Kyrie Irving is not crazy. It's flat, bitch. Strata Poverty Radio, Mike D. We out. Peace.